Hello, State Senator J.D. Messner from District 13 here for another legislative update. Last week, as I mentioned before, was crossover week where we push all of the Senate bills out of the chamber and over to the House, and they're doing the same. We ended up voting on about 125 bills on the floor, which is that takes a long time to get through, but we made good progress. There's still more to do, but that probably represents the bulk of getting the bills out of the chamber. And thus, this week begins a few weeks where senators and Senate committees are hearing House bills, and they're doing the same with Senate bills that have come over to the House. So we'll see over these next few weeks where those bills go. One of my bills that I did want to touch on, you've heard me talk about this before, because I ran the bill, or I introduced it last year and didn't get to the finish line last year, hoping that we'll have success this year, would actually go to the voters in November. This relates to the issue of when we approach the end of the fiscal year, so June 30th, as we're negotiating our budget, sometimes we get stuck. And the truth is, the closer to July 1st you get without a budget, it starts to give people a lot of concern, because if July 1st arrives without a budget, there is a state government shutdown. We've actually come pretty close in the recent past. We're hearing this a lot about at the national level, facing shutdowns. What my proposal would do is say, if you don't have a budget on July 1st, rather than a state government shutdown, last year's budget, adjusted for inflation and caseload growth, would be the budget that's in effect until you adopt a new one. Pretty simple concept, ensures that the lights stay on in government, so to speak, and ultimately it would be the voters who would have the say this November. That did get out of the Senate. It's over in the House, and we'll be moving through the process this week over there. Another proposal of mine that I've been excited to see and hoping that we can get it to the finish line is actually a small thing. It involves affidavits. When you send in your mail-in ballot, you sign the outside of the envelope. That's actually an affidavit that you're signing, and you drop it in the mail. It's saying, I filled out this ballot. Well, the problem is your signature is exposed to the world. And so what I'm proposing is that be covered so that we can maintain your privacy when your mail-in ballot is sent in with the affidavit. Kind of a smaller issue, but one that I think that is important. That's all for the legislative update this week. Until the next one, God bless.